bank, the Central Bank of Iraq, plays a critical role in managing the dinar's value. If the government decides to pull excess dinars out of circulation, it will reduce inflationary pressure and potentially increase the currency's perceived value. For this plan to work, however, the central bank must carefully monitor inflation and ensure that there is enough currency to meet the public's needs without causing a shortage. It's a fine balancing act, and mismanagement of this strategy could lead to further instability. What does this mean for international investors? For those looking to invest in the Iraqi dinar, there are some important considerations. The removal of zeros doesn't automatically mean that the dinar will become stronger. However, if Iraq continues to tighten the currency supply, the currency could appreciate over time, creating opportunities for investors. But here's the risk. Iraq's political and economic situation is unpredictable, so investors need to exercise caution. Let's consider some real-world examples of countries that managed currency changes effectively. 1. Turkey. In recent years, Turkey reduced its currency supply, but the process didn't lead to an immediate rise in value. 2. Vietnam. Vietnam managed its currency supply effectively, and its currency has steadily appreciated over time. These examples show that managing the currency supply can take time and requires strong economic fundamentals to succeed. What are the risks and rewards? There are both potential benefits and risks to the removal of zeros and Iraq's currency management strategy. Benefits. A reduced supply of dinars could make the currency stronger, increased purchasing power for Iraqis, potential investment opportunities for foreign investors. Risks. Political instability could undermine the plan. Mismanagement of currency policies, uncertainty in Iraq's broader economic outlook. Final thoughts. As we've discussed, removing zeros from the Iraqi dinar may simplify transactions, but it won't change the value of the currency itself. While this change could lead to a stronger dinar in the future, there are many factors to consider. As always, staying informed and critical thinking are key when it comes to making financial decisions in volatile situations like this. Now it's your turn. What do you think about the removal of zeros from the Iraqi dinar? Does it make sense to you? Or do you think there's more to it than just a simple number change? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let's continue the discussion. If you found this article helpful, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the IQD and other currency news. Thanks for reading, and I'll see you in the next video.
Donald Trump confirms Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong revaluation. Global currency reset begins, the historic moment we've been waiting for. In what may become one of the most significant financial events of the 21st century, the revaluation, RV, of the Iraqi dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese dong, VND, has officially been confirmed, and not by rumor or anonymous sources, but by former U.S. President Donald Trump himself. As the global financial landscape braces for seismic shifts, currency holders and investors are witnessing the long-anticipated revaluation unfold in real time. This is not a drill. Exchange centers are operational, rates are fixed, and appointments are being scheduled. Welcome to the new era of global finance. President Donald Trump recently stepped into the spotlight with a game-changing announcement. The IQD and VND have officially revalued. What was once deemed speculation in forums and private circles has now emerged into the mainstream narrative. According to sources close to Trump's inner circle, exchange centers across the United States have begun contacting pre-registered individuals with redemptions already underway. This isn't just another economic update, it's a worldwide currency reset. Key trending keywords: Donald Trump, Iraqi dinar, revaluation, Vietnamese dong, RV, exchange centers, currency reset. Chapter 2, what the RV really means. So, what exactly is a currency revaluation and why does it matter so much? A revaluation occurs when a country's central bank or monetary authority adjusts the official exchange rate of its currency, typically due to economic growth, policy reforms, or changes in trade dynamics. For IQD and VND holders, this means their once low-value currencies have now surged in worth, literally overnight. Fixed rates: Iraqi Dinar, IQD, $40 per 1 IQD. Vietnamese Dong, VND, $229 per 1 VND.
Can Iraq control the value of the US dollar? A deep dive into currency reforms. Hello everyone, and welcome back to IQD to VND. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to hit 300 subscribers by the end of March, and with your support, we can make it happen. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and highly debated topic: the Central Bank of Iraq's, CBI, recent efforts to reduce the value of the US dollar in Iraq. This announcement has raised many questions. Can Iraq really control the value of the US dollar? Is it even possible? After all, the US dollar is one of the most powerful currencies in the world. In this video, we will break down what the Central Bank of Iraq can and cannot do when it comes to currency valuation. We'll also explore the long-discussed Delete the Zeros project and its potential impact on Iraq's economy. If you're keen on understanding global financial trends, this is a topic you won't want to miss. The Central Bank of Iraq's announcement recently: the Central Bank of Iraq made headlines by stating its intention to reduce the value of the US dollar within Iraq. At first glance, this might sound like a promising move for those hoping for a stronger Iraqi dinar. However, we need to examine the details to truly understand its implications. Can Iraq control the US dollar's value? One crucial fact to remember is that the Central Bank of Iraq does not control the value of the US dollar. The dollar's strength is determined by the United States through economic policies, interest rates, trade balances, and other global financial factors. So, if Iraq cannot control the dollar itself, how can it influence the exchange rate? The answer lies in strengthening the Iraqi dinar relative to the dollar. By making the dinar stronger, the exchange rate shifts, making it appear as though the dollar is losing value inside Iraq. But in reality, what's happening is the dinar is gaining strength, which could help stabilize the economy. The Delete the Zeros project. One of the major strategies being discussed in Iraq's financial reforms is the Delete the Zeros project. This idea has been on the table for years, and the Central Bank of Iraq has periodically brought it up as a potential solution to improve the country's financial system. What is the Delete the Zeros project? The project involves removing 3 zeros from the Iraqi dinar. For example, a 1,000 dinar note would be redenominated to a 1 dinar note. The main goal behind this initiative is to simplify transactions and make the currency more manageable, ultimately boosting confidence in the dinar. Imagine a scenario where 1 IQD equals 1 USD. Instead of carrying thousands of dinars to equal $1, transactions would be much easier and more practical. This could help stabilize the economy, increase public trust in the currency, and strengthen Iraq's financial standing. The challenges of removing zeros. While this plan sounds promising, executing it is a complex process that requires a stable economic foundation. If not handled carefully, it could lead to inflation, economic instability, and a loss of trust in the dinar. The Central Bank of Iraq must be extremely cautious and transparent in implementing this transition to avoid unintended negative consequences. How will this affect Iraqi citizens? Any changes to currency policies directly impact the daily lives of Iraqi citizens. If the dinar strengthens, imported goods might become cheaper, making foreign products more affordable. However, prices of domestically produced goods could fluctuate as the economy adjusts. On the flip side, if the dinar weakens further, prices could rise, making everyday expenses more costly. This would be particularly challenging for those living on fixed incomes, as even small currency fluctuations can significantly impact their purchasing power. The role of oil in Iraq's economy. One of the most critical factors in Iraq's financial stability is oil. Iraq's economy is heavily dependent on oil revenues, and fluctuations in global oil prices directly impact the value of the dinar. If oil prices rise, Iraq benefits economically, which could help strengthen the dinar. If oil prices fall, Iraq could face financial instability, leading to a weaker dinar. A look back at 2020 provides a clear example of this dynamic. When oil prices crashed during the COVID-19 pandemic, Iraq's economy suffered severely, and the dinar's value was negatively affected. The Central Bank of Iraq had to take emergency measures to stabilize the situation. Today, while Iraq aims to reduce the dominance of the US dollar in its economy, achieving this goal requires much more than just policy announcements. It demands concrete.
The dominance of the dollar, euro, and yen isn't ending, but the landscape is shifting. We're seeing a leveling of the playing field. Emerging markets gain negotiating power. Trade deals become more equitable. Global institutions may increase support for developing economies. This reset could pave the way for a more inclusive global economy. Final thoughts. The time is now. You've been patient, you've been informed, and now you're rewarded. But don't let emotions take the wheel. Be strategic. What are your financial goals? How can this opportunity secure your family's future? What advisors and plans do you need in place? Now more than ever, it's crucial to stay educated, connected, and cautious. Call to action. You are witnessing financial history. Don't just observe. Participate. Like, share, and comment to join the conversation. Subscribe to IQD to VND for more real-time updates. Tell us, are you exchanging now, holding, or planning your next move?